Hello alumni and welcome back to Hollins. We are so thrilled you've decided to join us for virtual reunion and what will be a virtual tour of your beloved Hollins. We are just so grateful you're spending time with us and send our lovely greetings to all of you in wherever you are in Hollins land. I am thrilled to be standing in the center of Front Quad, surrounded by the benches you love, the millstones you love, and I just want you to imagine the smell of the boxwood around you and the wonderful green grass that is May at Hollins. Behind me, as you know, is Maine, with a nice little 1842 carved on the steps. And shortly we're going to take a little tour of some of those buildings at Hollins that you know and love, and many of you have told us you really want to see some more of and learn a little bit of history. So I look forward to walking this campus with you. Join me for a little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of trivia, and around the campus we go. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Jessie Ball duPont Chapel. What we wish right now is that all of you are parading up this walkway with us and going into the chapel with great green and gold cheers. And we will look forward to that day in the future. What you may not know is this is Hollins' third chapel. The first chapel was erected inside of Maine. And exactly 150 years and 5 days ago, the very first worship service was held in Maine. The second chapel was what many of us know as Bradley or Talmadge, which was finished in the late 30s. And this beloved chapel was finished in the late 50s. One of the prized characteristics of this chapel is the carillon, which you might be able to see in the tower behind me. The Borden bell, the E-flat bell, carries the Hollins seal, as does the stonework on the side of the chapel. This is a beloved place of gathering, of time together, and most particularly for those of us as alumni, a time around commencement for a baccalaureate service, and then coming back here to celebrate during our reunion. And we will look forward to that day again in the near future. Welcome to the Windham Robertson Library, named for our beloved alumna, Windham Robertson. The library was finished just over 20 years ago in 1999 and is the third library on the Hollins campus. The first was what you know as the administration building, the Koch Library, which was 1908, and then the Fishburne Library was finished in 1956. This is the most stunning structure on campus and a place that just invites wonderful contemplation and study. A few little factoids. It has 200,000 volumes and 300,000 digital books available to anybody who wants to access them. In addition, on the first floor is this wonderful space called the Lowell Wine Center for Academic Excellence, which is a place where students come to learn strategic thinking, strong writing, taught by their fellow students, and it's a wonderful addition to the first floor. This is one of the most magnificent structures on campus, evidenced mostly when you're inside with spectacular views of Tinker Mountain, wonderful little study nooks, and indeed our special collections as well. This is one of the most popular places on campus for its beauty, for what it offers, and for a wonderful academic experience for our students. Welcome to Back Quad, home to many of us who at one point lived in Tinker, the furthest building. Tinker was finished in 1966 and beloved by so many of us who spent our first or second or third years there. Over here, for the music lovers, or those who learn to love music, is Presser. And on this side is what was to many of us the gym, now the fitness center, and far beyond is the not so new athletic center, to some of us with a now wonderful pool, a climbing wall, a fabulous volleyball and basketball court, and wonderful fitness center attached. So welcome to Back Quad. This is where normally we would be having a lovely picnic in honor of all of you. So we're just going to imagine that you're here enjoying some fried chicken, some wonderful food, and enjoying each other's company. We will just keep thinking that you are here with us and joining us on this tour. Welcome to the Dana Science Building. For those of us who graduated in 1967 or after, this was a very familiar place. If you graduated before that, Pleasance at one point was a science building on campus. Fast forward 50 years, from 2017 to 2018, this building was renovated. So we now have 5 new labs and 4 beautiful renovated labs. I'm sorry we can't show them to you today, but there's one piece of this building that we dearly love. And if you look to my left and up at this gray matter on the wall, that is actually the countertop for those of us who had chemistry, biology labs when we were students here. And you may even see a familiar stain or two erected on that wall. It's a great way of memorializing old lab space that today is much more flexible and bright and new, but brings back many memories for all of us. Welcome to the Richard Wetherill Visual Arts Center and the Eleanor D. Wilson Museum. It was Eleanor Wilson, class of 30, otherwise known as City. City's dream was to have a wonderful museum on this campus. For those of us who were here before 2004, when this was the library, we did all our work as artists, as performing artists, and as art historians in the space behind the Little Theater. This building, the Fishburne Library, finished in 1955, was completely redesigned and added on to for our entire visual arts program. So contained here is a wonderful Francis Leader lecture hall, wonderful study space, and spectacular studios for our creative artists. As you look at me here, I am facing what would have been the reception desk, and to my right, the famous old wood card catalog. So this renovated space has lent itself to openness, to light, and to creativity. Welcome to Swannanoa Hall, built in 1910, and the building at Hollins that I think has probably had the most names attached to it. When this building was built, it was the Susanna Koch Infirmary and remained the infirmary until 1951. In 1951, the upper 2 floors were turned into residence halls to be connected with West, over to my left. In the late 50s, the building was renamed Starkey for Enid Starkey, our writer-in-residence. Somewhere along the line, it became West Annex, which I think was a student-given name for the building. In 2004, it became Swannanoa Hall, named for Swannanoa Pretty, a member of the class of 1911, whose family provided the funds for the renovation of the building to house English and creative writing. So it is now home of the Jackson Writing Center and called beloved Swannanoa Hall. Thank you so much for joining us for this tour of Hollins today. We miss having you with us, and we hope this has inspired you to connect with your friends, to come back to Hollins when you can, to come back to Reunion if you can next year, or just stay connected with us. We want to stay connected with you. It has been such a gift to give you this little shot of Hollins today, and we hope you know that you've given us this little shot as well. Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay. The guy, what's his name?
Not Professor.
No.
Videos?
This thing right here. I had it in my head. The Lowell Wine Center for Learning Excellence. Okay? Welcome to the Richard Wetherill Arts Center. Welcome to the Richard. You seen that Geico ad? That guy who stands outside the Statue of Liberty? We're going to redo that because I stumbled. 1, 2.